Two questions I often get. How do you do it? And how come you still have your hair? You're not gonna believe what I've gone through with this trench. Ah! So, I've been talking about this trench a bit. And as everybody knows, we've had the most crazy weather. We've had a foot of snow, then that melted, and another foot of snow, that melted, 8 inches of snow. I've had people scheduled to do work here. So usually in urban environment, we don't have what's called four-party trenches. We have the power run up, and if there's a phone company or anything, they'll put their line in that same trench. And the gas company usually runs their own trench, or they do it's directional drilling up to the house. But this turned out to be a four-party trench, which actually ended up being a three-party trench because it's only the TELUS, the power, and the gas company. But we didn't know that, so we didn't dig to try and find a gas line. So the guys that are installing the power told me I don't have power here. And I said, I do have power because there's the green box. I know that holds the power. It's the transformer. I have a rollout, which means a coil of electrical wire for me to roll up. I had to splice it because it's too long. They never supply it all the way into an acreage. So now I have this big thing. I can't get a site ID because we don't have power here. And without a site ID, you can't get gas installed. You can't get a meter installed. You can't get anything done. So we've been running on generators up here, and we have been on the phone, emails. Everybody's saying, oh, I do see that. Yeah, I know you see it because I see it. I'm standing here looking at it. The transformer's there. That guy's got power to his house. He's got a meter. Here's a picture of the meter. Here's a picture of the wire. Anyways, somebody sitting in an office, they don't know. And trust me, if you ever want to be frustrated, I have literally spent hours and hours trying to get this connected. My framer's upset with me, of course, because he doesn't have power. We're running on generators. So finally, I got a hold of somebody today, and he's actually a service guy, and he's the one who's helped me. He's got a hold of the people downtown and said he doesn't need engineering. It's all there. We just need a site ID number. And apparently that was never applied for. We have to apply for it, which we did. And they said, no, you applied for one, but somebody previously had to apply to have those assigned. Today, I'm getting my gas line installed. I'm getting my site ID to apply for my power. But even the gas guy phones me and says, hey, Scott, did you request an 1.25 inch gas line up to that house? And I said, no, it's only 300,000 BTU. I need a 3/4 inch. They showed up with an 1.25 inch because somebody screwed up on the orders they sent to me. Now they've had to go get a new gas line. So the only reason I'm laughing right now is because I don't want you to see me cry for what I've gone through with just getting the services in here. So when you're doing these jobs, I know everybody thinks it's easy, but man, you can have a few little things, flies in the ointment, so to speak, that make your life feel pretty awful. Anyways, so let's go up and see what the framer's been doing with his generator that's costing a fortune because it's diesel, and diesel is super expensive right now because there's some sort of war happening over in the Middle East somewhere, and it's affecting us. Come on, let's go. The framers are getting close to finishing up. They'll be putting the windows in shortly. I just had the guys out marking the cabinets, and that's really important for our plumbers. Our plumbers already have the diagram, but it's nice to have it right on the floor. So they've got that all done. The guys are just starting to sweep up. We like to get this place all nice and clean before any of the other trades come in. The reason for that is if you leave a mess, they'll leave a mess. So the idea is make sure you're clean. So everything's looking really good. We've got to do some work over the fireplace there. They want a recessed TV. So Chester's got to do that, but I need the size of it first. So now, windows and doors are going in. But I want to talk to you about something. So let's go out front here so I can show you. When you are making color selections, it's a very personal preference. And I don't like to try and get involved if somebody doesn't ask my opinion. So sometimes it's good to get the opinion of a guy who does it all the time. Well, we have these beautiful wood posts here. Our front doors are going to be stained to match the garage doors, which are a wood grain. It's a faux wood, but still it has the brownish colors. And so I said to them, have you guys thought about putting wood soffit in this area? And Kelly was just thrilled with the idea. She was really happy about it and said, yeah, I think that I was thinking of that, but I wasn't sure. So just a little push from me, and she's gonna get what she actually wanted. Kelly was thrilled with the idea because it was what she was thinking about, but she just needed some confirmation if that's what you want to talk or call it. So now we've changed it. We're gonna do a nice wood finish inside of this beautiful deck area, and that'll be stained, matching the door, matching the posts. Now these posts have stone that's going to come up to here and down the face of the deck as well. So basically they changed a lot of their colors other than the wall color. That spurred a complete change, a lot of blacks, which make it a lot richer. And so when you are making your decisions, it's a very personal choice. But don't be offended if somebody says, are you sure that's what you want? Maybe you like this. And hopefully people don't just offer an opinion without being asked. Because my opinion is like anybody else's, it doesn't mean anything. Everybody has them. But education, please. The color of your house, if you don't know what you're talking about, as far as what's a batten, what are gables, there's several terms that we use. If you don't know what it is, you have to ask, because it's not the builder's fault if you tell them that you want something a specific color, he paints it that color, and then you say, I didn't know that's what it was. You have to be aware of what it is you're asking for. He will follow up with you and hopefully get exactly what you want. So this is a complete change from where we started, and I think it's going to look great, and I think you will too.
And I'll have to get, I guess I'll get some sand brought in and some rock.
This is great. Are we already rolling here? I think we are. So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so you can come around that side.
Yeah.
And actually, these guys are finally getting this in, so I can get this trench backfilled.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So coming out of there.
Yeah.
And I would like it a little bit off to the side if you can.
Well, we could do that. I gotta aim for there. That's center.
Yeah. Okay.
So it doesn't matter. We can set it like. They probably don't want to look at this thing out of the house,
no,
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So if we stuck it over here,
yeah,
then we could just angle from there.
Yeah.
We don't have to be perfectly straight, but
right.
I'd like to get as reasonably straight as I can from there to the tank, right?
Okay.
Just because the more jogs you put in it, the better chance it's going to plug, right?
Right, right.
So,
Okay.
and if you have to snake it, it's straighter. But we could put a clean out here so we could go that way
Okay.
and clean too. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's not far, so you're going to have a clean out right there, I imagine?
I got a clean out just inside.
Yeah.
I got two actually. I got one at the 90 as well.
Okay.
So, but you said we need 2 tanks here? Treatment and
Treatment and a
storage?
dose tank. Yeah.
Okay.
So on this size of treatment package,
Yeah.
like normally if it was smaller, you can pump right out of the back end of the treatment
Yeah.
package. Because of the size of this, it needs a bigger dose tank.
Yeah.
So when you need a bigger dose tank, you got to put a second tank in. They don't make a big enough treatment package to get it all in one.
So dose tank, you mean what?
Basically a pump out.
Yeah.
So it treats all the water.
Yeah.
It puts the stored water into a dose tank, and then you
then-
time dose the field.
Okay.
Right. So
Okay.
that's all that's for. It has to be 1.5 times, I think.
Yeah.
I should know this, but I think it's 1.5 times the dose rate you have to have in storage.
Brilliant.
Yeah, exactly.
It's nice to have an expert here.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm here. I'm here to help.
Oh, you're from the government.
Yeah,
then.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
if we can do that, and as I said, you can come around the backside. We got permission from the guy who owns the land. So
Okay.
yeah. And so then a bunch of this block up here, we're going to be able to move down.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, like quite a bit of it.
Okay.
Yeah. We basically, at the end of the day, we're going to have a black dirt mound 3 feet higher than the existing grade.
Okay.
Right? And we'll probably put a slate crown this way and a slate crown this way. We're allowed a 1%.
Yeah.
So we can 1% it both directions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you bringing out? Just a hoe?
Hoe and a skid steer. Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
Can I get the skid steer spreading some of the block around here
Yeah.
as well? Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll get that taken care of. Because I think we should be on the siding here, I'm going to say in a week and a half.
okay.
So,
Okay.
and then I don't care too much. But
So if I came like next week, that'd probably be too soon then, eh? Because when are you going to get the windows and doors in? This week, probably?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, no, you could come next week.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we're at the house now. This is the end of the gas line. And I talked about this with our water line. This white copper wire is actually a tracer line because this is all plastic. Not plastic, I forget what it's called. But anyways, so in order to figure out where that is, they need that copper. So this is the riser. And then beside that will end up being the gas meter, which goes into the house. Now, when I applied for this, for some reason, they changed it to an 1.25 inch line, which is not what we wanted. We don't need an 1.25 inch line. We need a 3/4 inch line because I only have 300,000 BTUs in here. So 1.25 inch line means you're heating something. Probably a condo complex. So anyway, so they had to go get a different line. They got it in now, and we're still waiting for our power meter here, and I'm supposed to be getting a call today, and then I can get that done and solve a lot of problems. So no call yet.